Good evening, Canada, from our platform of Voice of Canada, a weekly talk show. Your host, Asphandiar Wadiwalla, my co-host, Cindy Young. We have a very dynamic, talented young lady who is here with us. She's none other than USHA Persaud. Welcome to our show, USHA. So introduce yourself to our viewers of Voice of Canada.
I am USHA Persaud.
A very special warm welcome to you, Chef, for this week's episode of Voice of Canada. I'm Cindy Young, and I am the co-host for this week's episode.
Usha, tell our viewers of Voice of Canada all about your education and which university, which school you went to.
Sure. I've attended Westview Centennial Secondary High School in
Where?
North York, Ontario, where I've obtained my high school diploma.
Wow.
Thereafter, I've attended Humber College in Toronto, Ontario, where I've obtained my legal assistant certificate.
Nice.
And lastly, I've also attended Glow Artistic Design College in the city of Brampton, where I received my makeup artistry and hair design certificate.
Oh, very
That's
nice.
why you always glow. That's the reason. Huh? Go ahead, Cindy.
Usha, while we were doing a little bit of research about your personality, we came to know that you're a certified makeup artist, which you had mentioned as well, and a published fashion model. If you can inform our viewers a little bit about those things.
Sure. I am a certified part-time freelance makeup artist. I do mobile services. I do travel throughout GTA and surrounding areas.
We will talk about in detail about your mobile makeup services in a later question.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I'm more interested in working with events. I'm passionate about makeup and the beauty of transformation. I have the passion for makeup that drives me to create versatile looks.
Nice.
And that will take your natural beauty to the next level. I truly enjoy enhancing natural features and making people feel confident, beautiful, empowered, and look their best.
Oh.
Usha, you're a very talented young lady. You have done some pageants also in the past, and you're about to do more pageants in this month and next month too. So give us some details about those events which you are having. One you are having this Saturday. So tell us all about your Saturday event.
Okay, I actually will be attending a runaway fashion show presented by Miramar Empowerment Organization. It will be located in Vaughan, Ontario at Viceroy Banquet Hall, where there will be a lot of other presenters, vendors.
So it's a big show.
Sounds like an amazing
So that will give you a real good boost, and the people who can see your talent.
Yes.
And hopefully we are coming to also cheer you up.
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Sounds absolutely amazing. So Usha, from your bio, we also learned that you have also worked as a legal assistant, which you did mention as well, from a well-known law firm for nearly 6 years. And the law firm was established by our Ontario's icon figure, Honorable late Bill Davis. It's a name from the past for sure, who has also happened to be our Ontario's longest serving premier for a long 17 years. So in your era was a golden period for our province. If you could give us an account of
your time at that Neil at Bill Davis's offices.
Sure. I was actually employed at Davis Webb LLP for approximately 5.5 years.
Wow.
While employed there, I did have the opportunity to meet Mr. David personally on
But
many
that
occasions.
time he was the premier?
No.
No, actually he was not the premier.
No.
Okay. He retired from that because he served for 17 years in our party.
Yes. I was actually a legal assistant to a former senior partner, Christopher Moon. It was a great firm to work with. I truly enjoyed working there. It was a great experience. Sadly, my employment ended there due to my relocation to Brantford, Ontario.
That daily it was not possible for you to come and go.
Correct.
Yeah,
Right.
I can totally see that. Yeah.
So Cindy, tell us what is your background? We know you're a Canadian, proud Canadian, but what is the background of your parents and your family come from?
Sure. My background was Guyanese. I'm originally from Guyana, located in South America.
Wow.
And I'm currently a Canadian citizen.
How many languages you speak?
English.
So there is no Guyanese original language?
No.
Okay. Go ahead, Cindy.
Usha, as for a certified makeup artist, so we do know that, but you also have an artistic talent of this trade. You transform models, which you've also talked about, into real live beauties. How do you do that? And what are your creative methods? Like, do you use what do you do to
Sure. Makeup can give you confidence you need. It hides signs of tiredness, skin flaws, and even scars. There's so many different kind of methods or ways to transfer models into a live, real beauty. Some of the methods that I use, and I'm sure other artists use as well, is using products like moisturizer, face primers, correction, foundation, and concealer, which covers up any imperfections on the face and can change your complexion. Also, eye makeup like eyebrow pencil, eyeliner, and mascara that makes your eye look bigger and more well-defined, or can change the shape of your eye if you're keen on doing that. Also, contouring, which makes your face more
Wow,
structured
wow.
and toned, less flabby cheeks, a better shape of your nose, and overall
Beautiful,
smaller
beautiful.
face.
Wow, love your
Amazing.
description.
Also, lipstick, lip liner, lip gloss, and blush, which can add a rosy hint to your face.
Definitely.
These are all methods that are used in order to transform a model to a real life beauty. I'm sure there's many more methods that's being used
Incredible.
on an everyday basis.
It's amazing what it can do.
Yes.
Beautiful. And
But
you
you have
also
to
do
skill.
the hair also?
I do hair, but my most focus was makeup.
Makeup. Mostly
Yeah.
is your
Yes.
specialization is makeup.
Correct.
But you can manage hair also.
Correct.
So it's a great asset. Okay, when you do the pageants and all, you don't have to depend. You know, okay, if anything happens,
That's
I
right.
can immediately
That's right.
be prepared. I'm prepared
Yes.
to put yourself up.
Incredible skill, for sure.
Usha, as you are a very busy girl, what I see every day, you are shuttling from here and there, and driving miles and kilometers to kilometers here in Ontario. So tell us, ke, what are your the next 3 months programs you plan to do?
Okay. Well, within the next 3 months, I'm actually involved with, like I mentioned before, Mirror Women Empowerment Fashion Show. I will also be involved in a runaway and pageant walk workshops,
Oh, wow.
as well as competed in Mrs. Regional Canada Empowerment Pageant. There's a possibility of a music video as
Nice.
well. And I've also had some pending photo shoots, but I'm sure there will be others that come along the way. However, that is my limit for this time.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, very busy.
Yes.
She's a pretty busy girl, and it was really hard to convince her to come for our interview.
Yes, I can see that.
You know, I had to meet her
Indeed.
personally, convinced her that Usha, come for our show, and you're not going to repent.
Try to fit
On
all
that,
in.
she took my word.
Correct.
Correct?
You
Correct.
totally see that, yeah,
I-
for sure.
I like her way she speaks. Okay, Usha, tell our viewers that you are aware that since last 2 years the world suffered a pandemic. I'll be helping you with this answer also, because the people should know, okay, how did you spend your time during the 2 long years of pandemic of COVID-19?
Sure. At the beginning, it was very stressful and difficult,
Mhm.
but it took time to get used to the changes. I took full advantage of the lockdown.
Mhm.
I passed my time by working from home and in office when it was safe to do so.
Lovely.
I kept myself very busy at home, working, doing makeup tutorials, practicing new looks.
Lovely.
And
See,
I
that
did
is,
a lot of cooking, baking.
that is
and
intelligence.
Yeah.
I
An
spent a
intelligent
lot.
young girl.
I've also
Really.
spent a lot of time catching up on some sleep.
Oh, wow. That's
I
good.
think a lot
That's
of
good.
us
Why
did
not?
that.
Yes.
Why not? But
Yeah.
but soon after the pandemic was declared over in 2023 early,
Yes.
the new issues started coming up, like the gas prices went skyrocketed,
Yes.
the grocery prices went very
Yeah.
high,
Yes.
life became very, very dear.
Correct.
Then there was a heavy shortage of manpower, shortage of products, and many things happen, still happening, and it's
Mhm.
going through. We have not fully or normally recovered. The bank interest rates were changed for 5 times
Mhm.
during 2023,
Correct.
and still the bank rates are very, very high, due to which everything is very dear and costly.
Mhm.
So,
Absolutely.
what do you think about it, Kay? How you are managing the high cost of gas and all that?
Well, so many people lost precious lives during the lockdown. This was
Yes.
no one's fault,
Mhm.
but in some ways, I feel like we're being punished for it.
Yeah, punished by
reason-
God. It was a natural disaster.
That was
Correct.
horrible,
And the reason
yeah.
I feel that way is because the cost of living crisis is having a global impact. The cost of food and energy is affecting people across the
Everywhere.
globe.
Very badly, yeah.
The food that they could afford before the
Mhm.
pandemic is no longer affordable today.
Mhm.
The inflation
Wow.
levels are impacting people's spending habits and the
Beautiful.
capacity of savings.
Mm.
The living expenses are so high, causing sleepless nights.
Yeah.
The bank interest rates are so high that people are only paying interest rate, not paying towards
Paying
the
to the
principal.
towards the principal, yeah.
That's right.
And
And because of these issues, people's mental health has rose higher than normal
Absolutely.
percentage. And I feel like the lockdown is still in force, even though we're gone back to
Mm.
normal level.
True.
Nothing
Very
has
good.
changed.
very good assessment.
Yes.
This girl knows.
I understand
right on,
that
yeah.
businesses are trying to make up for their losses, but at the same time, I feel residents all over the world is also trying to make up for their losses. I know everyone around the world is praying for a change and an increase of these issues. And the
Right.
question is, how long will these issues last for? Is it
Right.
temporarily? Is it forever?
Or it's going to be longer period.
And I'm sure everyone wants an answer. And by receiving this answer, it actually help people in their mental health issues that they're
For
facing
sure.
today.
Mental health issue is number one
Yes.
worries for Canada. Lots of people are facing lots of mental health issues,
Absolutely.
especially the youth.
Yeah.
You know, because they are not getting jobs, they are
Huge amount of
hard up,
stress.
the stress, the family stress. So these are the factors
Mhm.
we all have to pull in.
Correct.
And that's why we all volunteer for our food bank.
Yes,
So food banks are a vital supply line for everybody.
that's right.
Anybody
as
can
much as
go,
you
any
can.
Canadian can go, and they are not going to ask you any questions after filling a form, which is for the general knowledge for them. They will
absolutely.
start giving you the supplies.
That's right.
So it's a big asset for
It's
us
a good
in
asset, yes.
Canada.
Yeah,
We'll be
absolutely.
taking a short break and we'll be back with you soon. Welcome back after a short break in our weekly talk show, Voice of Canada. Your host, Asphandiar Wadiwalla, my co-host, Cindy Young, and we have got a very, very dynamic young lady. You have heard we don't know how we are in the middle of the interview already because she has really prepared her answers so well. She is USHA Persaud.
Thank you.
Welcome to our show after the short break.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Cindy.
So, USHA, you live about an hour and 10 minutes away. That's where you currently are. And as your work assignments are mostly in the cities within the GTHA, how do you manage to reach all your work and complete all of your assignments when you live that distance away?
Okay, well, my working hours are Monday to Friday, normally 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. My assignments are scheduled after working hours, which is either late evenings and on weekends. And that is how I manage to get around because I'm not working during those hours.
Right, right. It's still a lot of driving.
Yes, that are fun.
Yes.
Usha, as you have done pageants and you're already doing also, and you will be doing many in the coming years. So I would like you to ask one question, which is a very, very important question, pageant question. Okay, Usha, where do you see in next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see myself continuing to develop my skills and knowledge.
Wow. Yeah, we
Skills-
learn till the last day of our life. That should be objectives.
I've
And-
also seen myself balancing home and work life.
Lovely, lovely. No, not any big ambitious plan.
There might be some changes. It's very difficult for me to say at the moment because I'm not aware of those changes as yet.
so confident. See how confident she is. Our guest is more confident than us.
I know.
Go ahead.
Amazing. So, Usha, as your origin is from Guyana, if you can inform us maybe a little bit about your childhood, life in the country of origin.
Tell us in detail.
How many siblings you had, a little bit about your life.
Sure.
And you
Well,
remember those days as a child, and then when you came to Canada, you can continue with that also.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, my childhood in Guyana was very challenging as I grew up without both of my parents. However, that did not affect me in any sort of way.
Lovely.
Because I was raised by my grandparents who provided me with everything that I've
All
needed,
requirements,
support,
yeah.
all requirements whatsoever. And one of my biggest challenges I faced was growing up with motion sickness that stopped me from traveling. Therefore, I didn't have the opportunity to travel anywhere in my country during my childhood
Uh-huh.
because of my motion sickness. I didn't grow out of motion sickness until I was in my late 20s.
Oh, wow. So
So
what
my-
was the motion sickness? Can you tell me? You couldn't
The
bear.
motion sickness would be
Even car was affecting
Must
you?
have been very
it's-
severe.
it's from the minute you enter a car or a bus
Oh my
or an
God.
airplane.
Or a boat
You
or
just
anything.
throw up,
Anxiety.
anxiety. You don't really have the time to say that I'm feeling upset or I want to throw up. It just
It
comes
just
out
comes, yeah.
just like
Wow, I
that.
never knew that. That's a new
They were, yeah,
new factor which we come to know.
yeah.
And now whole day you are driving.
Now because I'm actually
Have you
I've
outgrown
grown
it
out.
completely now?
I'm grown out of it in my late 20s.
So
Oh,
how did you
wow.
overcome this issue?
Well, when I immigrated to Canada, my mom started giving me gravel.
Yes.
It took a while for the
Okay.
gravel to start working.
Anxiety
Yeah.
says.
Yes, it took some time. I remember sometimes there were times when my mom have to like come off the bus or the train because I would throw up all over myself.
Wow.
And just because I threw up, and
So
even though
slowly and steadily the
Slowly,
gravel
yeah.
helped you
Yeah.
to stabilize your
It's a horrible
anxiety.
thing to happen.
yeah,
That's a
it's
very
st-
horrible thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Something new we are
It
hearing
makes
Yeah.
you feel
for a
very
young
sick.
child.
It still affects me in some kind of way.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it used to
Not
be.
severe.
Like
right.
if I'm around someone with bad odor or a bad
Yeah.
smell,
Yeah.
it would give me more of a headache. Well,
Headache,
it gives me
mm.
time to say that I'm feeling upset
Right.
rather than during my
And
childhood.
you have time to kind of get away from it.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead.
That's not interesting at all. So, Usha, as you're a fashion model performing on stage to promote products, will you explain to our viewers what is the difference in doing a pageant and the fashion show? So, a fashion show versus a pageant.
Okay. Well, while pageants and fashion shows seem similar on the surface, there are some key differences between the two.
See,
I'm
which
interested in
many
this. I
don't
had-
understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
In fashion show, you're actually selling and promoting a
A
garment
product.
A
that you're
product, yeah.
wearing. You're actually convincing the audience or people to buy the
To
product.
buy these
Ah.
products.
In pageant, it's a competition. You're actually selling yourself. It's all about you and how you-
Marketing yourself, I
You're
would say.
marketing yourself, and it's actually all about you and how you present yourself. You're actually convincing the world that you have the abilities to take on responsibilities as a title holder.
At the same
Oh,
time,
so different.
empowering yourself
Correct.
with the experience, stage,
Yes.
and everything.
Correct.
Oh, very nice.
See, very nice.
Very nice.
I like our
I
answers.
understand it now.
Cindy, we have taken how many interviews? Over 150 interviews.
Yes.
But I'm convinced
Yes.
with my guest speaker today.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
See,
That's
I
amazing.
told you that she will do very well.
Absolutely.
I just say, Cindy, tell our viewers that as you are doing so many pageants locally, what locally means in Canada,
Yes.
do you have any plans to do any international pageant on a foreign soil, proudly representing Canada?
Well, I don't have any experience doing fashion shows or pageant abroad. I did have some opportunities. However, due to conflict and short of notice, I was unable to participate.
Mhm.
However, if the opportunities
Arises.
it depends on the circumstances. I'm sure
Time, circumstances, time factor,
I'm a lot
everything.
more. I will be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Because we have offered you an international pageant
Yes,
for
you
this
have.
year, by the end of this year. So consider that will be a very good opportunity if you are able to form our delegation, a Canadian
Yeah.
delegation with at least 5 talented ladies to
Nice.
represent Canada. We are ready to do.
Sure, I will definitely. I'm actually definitely sleeping on that.
Good. I like your answer. Yeah, she's confident and positive.
Absolutely. I can totally see
Go
that.
ahead.
So, Usha, as we are very lucky to be living in Canada, very proud Canadian citizens, the best country in the world, maybe a little biased, but we are. What would you say about Canada?
Well, Canada is my second home. A home where
Lovely.
a home where I spent almost my entire life.
Life. You came at the age of 9.
Correct.
See?
Yes,
I
very
love
young.
Canada. Canada is a beautiful country. Canada would be even more beautiful if we didn't have winter. But
Yeah,
We
winter
all
is a little
do.
harsh, but we are used to. We are Canadians.
Yeah.
I always say and convince myself also that we have all 4 seasons and we are so lucky.
yes, but we all know that's something that we can't change.
No.
No, nature. We should love the nature.
Yes.
And because
we-
Canada is so beautiful in nature that My God, I've
And we
not
enjoy
seen any
those seasonal
country.
changes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Canada is desirable to live in due to its excellent healthcare, unemployment
Mhm.
insurance, second career funding, high quality education, inclusive society, its multicultural reputation,
Absolutely amazing.
and its beautiful natural landscape, and a lot more. So if you haven't
Absolutely.
visited Canada yet, I do truly recommend you do.
So you're in the best country in the world. That you agree with us.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Usha, tell us your likes, dislikes, and your hobbies.
Sure. A few things I like in my life are one, myself.
Definitely.
If you don't
You
like
should
yours-
love yourself
Yes.
first.
If you don't like yourself, you cannot like someone else or like anything.
Very nice.
The second thing I like about my life is the decisions that I make and the directions that I take.
Wow.
The third is a motivation, the empowerment, and a positive attitude and encouragement.
She's done it.
Four, the
Yes.
inspiring,
Homework well.
positive, and empowering people that I've surrounded myself that
Wow,
can help
wow.
me grow and
That's
achieve
good.
my goals.
Nice.
Some of the dislike, which is also some of my weaknesses.
That you never call
are-
a dislike or weaknesses.
Yeah, I would consider it a
Things to work on.
Things to work on and
Work on.
brush out and overcome
Yes,
that.
the one, it's a fact that it's hard to say no sometimes.
No, that is with many. For me also, as of now, I don't say no and then I repent.
Yeah, me too.
Also, the fact that I stress and overthink too much and my
Yeah.
emotionals.
Pretty common too.
Think
Three-
less and stress less.
Yes, and being around negative people that would actually
No,
bring my
That is
energy.
a big no-no.
Yes,
Big no-no.
and sports, because I'm afraid that I'm a break a part of my body like in a few seconds.
Really? So
Yes.
no sports you play.
No. So some of my hobbies are shopping,
Wow. That is a very
That's always
costly
fun.
hobby.
doing makeup,
Wow.
swimming,
Yeah.
photo shooting.
Lovely,
Swimming.
lovely.
Yes.
Start tennis also next spring
I
or
did a
tennis.
lot
Yeah,
of aqua fitness
I
and
love aqua
aerobics
fitness.
lovely,
and
lovely.
walking,
It's
dancing,
truly awesome.
the
Truly,
beach,
truly
long
awesome.
road trips and traveling.
Wow. What else you need in life? Yeah, leading such a nice and happy life.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
Go
very
ahead.
nice. So we are starting to run out of time, and we will be signing off very shortly. If you can give some of your final comments,
remarks to the young
advise our
ladies,
youngsters,
youngsters
a little bit,
also.
maybe to pursue a career,
Sure.
makeup.
My advice to youngsters who would like to pursue a career in beauty industry is to first find out what is it that you're passionate about it and be the best you can be. Work hard and stay humble. Nothing comes easily and nothing is handed to
In
you.
life, yeah.
Everything's hard
Don't
work.
wait for an opportunity, make your own.
Grab the opportunities
what a
coming,
great
knocking your door.
advice.
Correct.
Yeah.
Use the power of social media to establish your interest in
Definitely.
Yes.
beauty and network with others in the industry. No matter where you are in your journey, take others along with you and share your passion for beauty.
Beautiful,
Don't be-
beautiful.
Don't be afraid from connecting or collaborating with people in the industry because these opportunities may lead to something bigger than you
For
expect
you,
to
for
be.
you.
And this is why I am here on Voice of Canada today.
Definitely. We invited you with our
Yes.
whole heart and pleasure.
You don't know where
Seeing
something's
the
gonna
bright
lead.
young lady, we said that this is our guest star for next week.
Absolutely.
And in conclusion, I would like to say a big thank you to Aspi, co-host Cindy, and Awaz Entertainment for giving me
Beautiful.
the opportunity to
Nice.
be here on Voice of Canada today.
You keep up the good work. I
Wow.
would am continuing your answer. And God willing, by end of this year or next year, we'll invite you again as our guest,
Thank
Usha
you.
Persaud Part 2.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yes,
So
I love
most
we
that.
would love to have you because we really enjoyed the answers you gave for our viewers. And I'm definitely sure that our viewers will be definitely liking your interview.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
So with that note, from a positive note from our guest speaker, Usha Persaud, your host, Asphandiar Wadiwalla, my co-host, Cindy Young, will be soon signing off with a promise to be here next week again with a new guest, new theme, and God willing, you will be enjoying our show. But in the meantime, send us your views. Definitely that will help us to improve our show. With that, we say good night, goodbye. God bless Canada. God save the King. Adios.